two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey there, welcome back. Last time we looked at the 4/4 time signature and we expanded our find the rhythm exercise by tapping on eighth beats, right? Eighth notes for that 4-beat rhythm pattern. And the eighth notes, we kept time on the hi-hat or the side of our drum pad, right? We did that by counting and in between our numbers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and kept that rhythm going. And we saw different variations to the 4/4 pattern. So this time we're going to talk about a new time signature, the 6/8 time signature, and we're going to look at different types of music that use that 6/8 time signature more often. We're not going to do anything new. We're just going to look at our current exercise and apply it to a different rhythm style, and we'll have a little bit of fun on the way. Okay, so now's a good time for you to do your 1 to 2 minute paradiddle warm-up, and then let's get going. Okay, so let's talk about this 6/8 time signature. What does that mean? Last time we talked about 4/4, and those are refer to the numbers that are at the beginning of your music, right next to the treble or bass clef, and there's a 4 on top, a 4 on the bottom. 6/8 means there's a 6 on top, right? And then an 8 on the bottom. And so the numbers change. And what does that mean? Well, the 6 on top is really important because that tells us how many beats there are in each measure. So we're talking about a pattern of 6 beats, where before we were saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 beats for each measure, and we continue to change and go over that and repeat it, right? So 6 beats changes the way that we count. The bottom, the 8th, talks about what the quarter note means. So for our purposes, it really just means this. Before, we were counting eighth notes like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we're going to count them this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Very similar as far as the tempo and the rhythm, but we're changing the pattern a little bit, right? You can almost feel a bit of a swing in the way that we count it. So the numbers change, but the basics are still the same. We start with a downbeat at the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the middle, there's the upbeat, which is at the 4. That's halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can feel that swing. We've already played a couple of songs that fit this type of a time signature in some of our earlier lessons and those exercises. So we're going to focus on the 6/8 time signature, and what does our find the rhythm exercise look like for these types of songs? So let's listen to some of them and practice in 6/8 time. Okay, so let's try the 6/8 time signature with our find the rhythm exercise. The first thing that we're going to do is with our hi-hat hand or the rim of your drum pad, I want you to make sure that you're counting all 6 of those beats, right? So when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're going to count and hit each one of those with a hi-hat, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or use the side of your drum pad, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, the downbeat is the same as in our 4/4 time signature. It's at the beginning on the 1. So stomp every time you have a 1. If you have a bass drum, that's when you want to stomp on the bass drum pedal, right? And hit that. It'll sound like this with the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Stomp on the 1. Now, the upbeat is on the 4, as we talked about. That's halfway through. So the 4 is what you're going to want to hit on the middle of your drum pad. You're using a drum pad, right? Or you're going to want to hit the snare. Remember that your hi-hat hand is going every time, so you're going to hit both together on the 4. Just the upbeat would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can practice that. Putting all of that together with the downbeat and the upbeat would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? That's the exercise, the pattern we're going to get into with each of these songs that we're going to play. All right? It's a little bit of a different feel. It has that kind of pendulum swing feel. And if you get lost while we play some of these songs, don't worry. Simple it down a little bit. Just do the downbeat and the upbeat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And find the rhythm, and then add the hits in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep going, all right? Sometimes it might even help to shuffle a little bit, which is playing actually in between our numbers just a little bit, right before the downbeat or the upbeat. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2. That kind of a feel. That shuffle actually will lead us into our first type of genre that we're going to explore, which are the blues. So let's take this pattern of the hi-hat, finding the downbeat, and then putting the upbeat and putting that all together with a couple of songs. Join me now. Okay, so the 4/4 time that we studied in our last lesson is by far the most popular time signature. If you were to turn on the radio, most of the songs that you're going to listen to would be in 4/4 time. But there does seem to be some genres of music, some types or styles of music that specialize more in the 6/8 time signature. One of those are the blues. And the blues, especially the early blues, has a lot of swing type and shuffle feel to it, all right? And we're going to listen to a couple of examples of the 6/8 time signature in the blues. We're going to do our same pattern of finding the hi-hat, counting those 6 beats, using the downbeat, adding that in as we stomp, and then finding the upbeat and hitting the snare for that. So then we'll layer those all together, okay? And we're going to listen to 2 different versions of blues songs. One song is a little bit slower, and one song is a little bit faster. But practice this with me at home on your drum kit or your practice pad or whatever it is that you're using, as long as it doesn't break. All right, here's our first song. Here we go, ready here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got the rhythm? Now on the ones, we're going to add the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3.
Something told me it was over.
And now the upbeat on the 4.
When I saw you and her talking.
Very good.
Deep.
All right, Sweet Etta James on the blues. It's a nice kind of feel, and that's a great practice song just to kind of get started. Well, another king of the blues is B.B. King, and he plays it a little bit quicker on some of his songs, so let's try this one. It's a little bit faster. Remember, if you get lost, just go back to the downbeat, upbeat. Find those first, and then you can add in the in-between hits, okay? We're going to layer it on same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here comes the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Upbeat. you can kind of rock your body side by side a little bit while you do this. You kind of can feel it, kind of swing it. And you can shuffle it a little bit, or you can simplify it if that works, okay? So find some blues songs. This is a great opportunity for you to explore maybe a genre of music you've not really listened to. A lot of our current music goes back and finds its roots in the blues. Here's another genre of music that owes its inception to the blues, but also was a precursor itself for early rock and roll, and it's called doo-wop. It's kind of like the blues, but it adds a little bit of soul, adds more harmonies, and a lot of early rock and roll songs were really these doo-wop type style. And there's a lot of great 6/8 time signature songs for doo-wop, and it's a fun genre to listen to. Here's a pretty famous one that we'll listen to now. So doo-wop, a different genre, same type of exercise, right? So we're still going to find our 6, add the downbeat, and add the upbeat. Here we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And now the upbeat. Ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can just keep going the whole song. Part of this is just practice keeping the rhythm for a long period of time. Do it by now. If you've been doing it for a song a day or at least on a regular basis, you're building some good stamina, some good muscles to keep rhythm. And it's using different types of muscles that you're not used to using. If you're tapping your feet, you're using some different muscles that you may not be used to using all the time. Remember, keep it more in the wrist, not waving your arms violently as you practice these different types of styles. So, blues and doo-wop, great styles of music for you to start listening to. Let's see what this looks like if we just were using the practice pad. Okay, I want to show you this exercise on the drum pad as well. And we've already hinted at what you can do, but I don't want any of you to think that, well, I can only be a good drummer if I've got a good drum set. That's just not true. The first couple of years that I started as a drummer, all I had was one of these and some of these. And that's enough to get you through. Finding the rhythm and practicing that is the most important piece. So, our drum pad alternative is going to look similar to the 4/4 time signature. Instead of a hi-hat, I can use the rim to count my time, and that's what we'll use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm still going to stomp. Even though I'm not hitting a bass drum, I'm still finding the downbeat, practicing, locating that rhythm, and practicing my muscle movement, right? So that I'm coordinated with my feet and my hands. And then for the upbeat, we're going to hit the middle of the pad, okay? Just like you would a drum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the same motions that I would do on the drum kit. I'm doing on the drum pad, okay? You might be thinking right now, whoa, wait, where's the Beatles song? Don't worry, I'm not going to disappoint. You know, the Beatles listened to a lot of styles of music. Blues are some of them that really influenced, and doo-wop is also something that really influenced their style. In fact, they liked some doo-wop songs so much they decided to cover them and put them on their albums. And that's one of the songs that we're going to listen to right now. It's an early doo-wop song that the Beatles liked so much they decided to play it as well. And it's got a great John Lennon vocal. So we're going to go ahead and play along to that in that 6/8 time signature, but it's a little fast. So this is not something that you're going to want to start with right away. You want to find some slower songs, but you want to build up to this. But I do want to show you how this simple move, but playing a little bit quicker, adds a little bit of complexity. But it's something that I know that you can build up to. So let's try this song. It's called You Really Got a Hold on Me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the the side. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And stomp on the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And then add in the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Good swinging. Excellent. So we practiced on the drum kit, but also on the drum pad, and you can find the rhythm in some slow and some fast songs. Listening to doo-wop, listening to blues. Okay, that's it for this lesson. It's a little bit of a quicker one. Instead of adding more to our Find the Rhythm exercise, we actually took the same exercise and just applied it to a different pattern, right? Instead of counting in patterns of 4, in our 6/8 time, we counted patterns of 6. But the basics of finding the rhythm still apply. We still count all of our beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we still find the downbeat and the upbeat to these songs. You know, one of the great opportunities about becoming an expert in finding rhythm is that you get to expose yourself to different types of rhythm, which means different genres of music. And the genres we explored today are the blues and doo-wop. So if you want to grow in your journey about becoming a better rhythm keeper, then here's my suggestion to you. Find some 6/8 songs and keep the rhythm, doing our exercise that we practiced today. You might have more success listening to some early blues and doo-wop as you do it. You know, those genres have had a major influence on so many songwriters, and you may find that you really enjoy them as well. So good luck with that. Now, we are going to do one more lesson in this intro series where we take everything we've learned so far and we put it together for you to be a little more experimental and creative in your drummer's journey, okay? So I look forward to that. Until we meet again, keep banging away.